Welcome to Digging In with the DLCs, where we highlight teachers and staff using digital tools, strategies, and best practices in digital learning. I'm Sarah Isbell, DLC at the Cape Center and the SOC. In this episode, we will learn from two teachers, Shannon Sandler and Nicole Pecoraro, who use Nearpod within their Google Slide presentations for student engagement. Learning is not a spectator sport. Students do not learn much by sitting listening to teachers, memorizing prepackaged assignments, and spitting out answers. They must talk about what they are learning, write about it, relate it to past experiences, and apply it to their daily lives. Nearpod integrates with Google Slides, making it so easy to integrate into your already made presentations, allowing students to engage with one another and you, record completion, and track overall participation. There are a variety of tools. You can quickly add a quiz to check for understanding, have students draw it, match, discuss, or collaborate. Nearpod helps to engage learners through the various activities, allowing students to engage how they prefer and in a variety of ways. So let's talk to Mrs. Sandler and Pecoraro and find out what their experience was like using Nearpod and Google Slides.
I enjoy using Nearpod because it allows for student engagement. It keeps them involved with the lesson because you're able to input different questions or polls, videos, quizzes, drawings, all sorts of different things to keep their interest in the lesson. It's very, very easy to incorporate. So you can take a pre-existing Google slide and just add on Nearpod, and it's very simple to incorporate the different activities within the Google slide.
I enjoy using Nearpod and Google Slides because it's a really easy, seamless integration. All of my PowerPoint's already in Google Slides, and so it's really easy just to be able to add in discussions and polls and collaboration boards for the kids. And so they're interacting right there within the lesson, instead of me having to use 5 different websites for the same things, of going to a Kahoot website to make a poll or a quiz, or getting something from Canvas for a discussion board. It's all just in the same place, which makes it so easy. So I really love that, especially with the polls and the quiz option with it, that I'm able to do an assessment on the beginning end of maybe my direct teach presentation or whatever it may be, to kind of gauge where their learning was at. And then at the end of that, I may bring back those same quiz questions or poll questions. And then based off of their responses in that, I'm able to figure out, okay, what holes do I need to go back and fill in for them? It's immediate feedback for me, which allows me to immediately be able to gauge where I might have lost the kids and need to give better clarification on things. Kids have really enjoyed it. I think they've enjoyed the new type of interactive learning that it brings, rather than maybe just going through a regular PowerPoint slideshow. There is that interaction with it, through the collaborate boards or the open discussion boards with each other, that they enjoy having that interaction with each other, and especially between the virtual and face-to-face classes, it really brings about a lot of different discussion that we're able to have.
So when I asked my students, what do you like about Nearpod, they said that they liked when teachers did the activities often and throughout the lesson instead of just asking one question at the end. So being able to incorporate it and use it all throughout the class period, again, not just like once at the end. And you're able to track who has participated and who hasn't, or maybe who has answered certain questions correctly or incorrectly, who maybe you need to go back and reteach to. So with Nearpod, you're able to post a student-paced slideshow or lesson. And so you provide the student with the code, they input the code, and they go through the lesson and activities, and you run your report, and you can see when they actually participated in the lesson, even if they were participating live.
So Nearpod's really worked well for asynchronous learning, and the fact that I make these Nearpod lessons through Google Slides. I'm able to post that into Canvas with the code for the kids to log in with, and then using the self-paced option, they can work through it at their own pace. Especially it's really helpful when doing the flipped classroom method, because maybe they're going to cover that information before we actually come to class and start diving into the details of everything. So they can go through it beforehand. It's already in Canvas through that self-paced option, and it makes it really easy that way.
The learning curve wasn't too bad. The biggest challenge was when I was first learning how to use it, like uploading videos. I couldn't use the videos that I had already put into my Google slide. I had to input that separately through Nearpod. But other than that, it's been a pretty easy transition to use Nearpod and Google Slides.
I tried Nearpod with just on the regular Nearpod site first because I didn't actually know there was the integration. So I kind of had experience in using it on the Nearpod site first. But then when I found out about the integration on Google Slides, it was actually super, super easy, just because I already had everything in the Google Slides presentation, and then I was just able to click and add what I wanted to, like a poll or a discussion board or whatever that might be.
To add a Nearpod activity to a Google Slide presentation, within the Google Slide presentation, you want to go up to the Add-ons menu and find Nearpod on that menu. Once you find it, you'll click Open Nearpod. If you don't find it, you can go down to Get Add-ons, click on that, search for Nearpod, and add the add-on. Since we've already got it installed, we're going to open Nearpod. It'll have you log in, and then it will show you the list of activities that you can share. So here are all the ones you have to choose from. So if I'm going to add an open-ended question, I just click that. Enter my question. And save. I can add an image or other media to it if I want to. And this creates a slide and puts it in your presentation.
I love the variety that Nearpod gives with my instruction that I'm able to give my students. It gives variety with everything, interaction for them to do rather than them just sitting there and watching me teach. And it's really been a big game changer in our class.